When I look at Island Lake Forest, I see beauty, and that is all I can seem to see. The threat to all we have held onto for so long is undeniable. We are faced with difficult choices and will soon be forced to do something, whatever that turns out to be. Now is the time for my family to consider its options with this property. In early 2001, I wrote a letter to Columbia Land Trust telling them about what's happening on my family's land because of the horrible downturn in the cranberry market that year. I've had that fear in me of that forest being logged for a long, long time.
Island Lake Forest has been part of the Glenn family's cranberry farm for more than half a century. It's located on Washington's Long Beach Peninsula, a sandy finger of dunes and swales where wetlands and forests hide freshwater lakes draining to the Pacific on one side and to Willapa Bay on the other. Long Beach anchors the western edge of Columbia Land Trust's regional focus. From the mouth of the Columbia River eastward for over 200 miles across the mountains and deserts of Washington and Oregon, Columbia Land Trust conserves and stewards the region's most significant lands and waters.
I'm a third-generation cranberry grower trying to maintain this farm, and I like growing cranberries. It's been what I've done all my life. Crangyma was a word developed by my grandfather. The first part is cran for cranberry, the middle is Guy for his first name, and the last three letters, YMA, turned around spell Amy, his wife's first name. And pronunciation has always been a problem. Cranguma, crangama, cran what? You never know what you're going to hear next.
At one time, this was the largest farm of its kind west of the Mississippi.
1945 was the first cranberry. A pretty large crew, a weekly payroll. It's a lot busier than it appears to be today. My grandfather purchased 359 acres to the north. It's called Island Lake Forest to protect his water supply here on the farm and also for the future.
Frank's grandfather knew that outside growth pressures could one day pose a threat. Now, in the face of a downturn in the cranberry market, sacrificing the reserve became the most likely way to save the farm. Island Lake Forest, 2.5 miles long and 1/3 of a mile wide, harbors Sitka spruce, western hemlock, and rare coastal Douglas fir. The forest canopy is home to a rich assortment of wildlife, including a great blue heron rookery.
The irony for a forest like this is that when it's harvested, by and large, these trees are too big to go to a lumber mill. The market's designed now to take trees under 20 inches in diameter. These trees are well over that, and they are largely going to go for pulp. Sort of an unusually damp day for mid-July. It rained overnight. The mosquitoes are out, the slugs are out, the fogs are out. It's a pretty wet day.
Abundant coastal rainfall recharges the groundwater aquifer under the forest. This is the peninsula's only supply of fresh water. It feeds the lakes, local wells, and cranberry bogs, and delivers nutrients to Willapa Bay, where 1 of every 5 oysters in the country are raised.
It's a functional piece of land surrounded by an area that is unfortunately slated to be intensely developed. And over the years, its utility to the larger community is just going to become more and more important.
Logging these woods was something that, yes. We got very close to logging these woods. Concluding this deal is one of the biggest reliefs in my life.
For 6 years, Columbia Land Trust worked with Frank and his family to purchase and permanently protect Island Lake Forest and help sustain a historic cranberry operation.
And all along the way, Columbia Land Trust has been there and been supportive and extremely patient with myself and my family.
What Columbia Land Trust has done here is they have saved this place for the world.
People come up to me and say they're so happy to see that it's going to be preserved because they've watched it for years and they just expected that any day it would be cut down and be gone.
The dream I've had for many years for this place is that it stay as it is and be allowed to become what it will.